Alright, what's up, guys? Today we are doing the Donut Store blend. And I don't know if I'm going to remember to do this all the time, but we are going to be reading the descriptions of coffees that have them for ones we haven't read yet. So let's go ahead and do that. So this says, this is the Barismo Donut Store blend. It says it is bright and nutty. This bright and nutty coffee showcases notes of caramel. It's weird when I see that word and read it versus when I just say it. But I guess that's how we said it this time. And hints of chocolate. The blend has medium body and a slightly sweet finish, and it's showing off as a medium blend. So I absolutely love donut shop coffees. They're one of my favorites. Taking a break from the dark blends I have to drink this. We got 4 left after this one, and then we got 3 boxes of coffee that I'm not particularly fond of. It looks like there's 5 in this one, maybe 4 or 5 in that one, and the other one's the mocha, which that one wasn't too bad, but it's not just like I can't drink 7 of that one in a day, you know, like I normally drink coffee. So today we are starting the painting process. The cat is still out of the room, but I think I showed you guys the setup yesterday. I did make a little setup for him. I'm letting him wander around as long as I can because he's not going to be happy once I lock him inside. We took the light down and the outlet cover off again. We're leaving the railing on until I am ready to paint the whole stairs, at which point we're going to take that off so we can paint behind it and make sure there's no unsightly lines or anything like that. I kind of blanked out for a second because I was realizing that once I paint the stairs, I'm not going to be able to use them for several hours. The wall part won't be bad, you know? The wall and ceiling, who cares? But once I paint the stairs themselves, I'm going to have to make sure I paint up. Otherwise, I'll be trapped in the basement for hours, which isn't necessarily the worst thing because that's generally where I stream from. But it would be frustrating. I don't know. It's going to be weird because maybe I just have to pull the PC up here and tear it apart. Although I'm not really doing anything. Oh, I have been uploading videos. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe I just lock myself in the basement for 4 hours once I do that. Ah, damn. I just need to learn how to levitate like Mewtwo, and then I'll be good. And then I can just float up from the basement while the stairs are drying. But or I can find Doctor Strange's cape. He's one of my favorite Marvel Rivals characters. The thing I miss most right now is actually playing Marvel Rivals, but it's not even running on my PC at the moment. We're gonna throw a little hazelnut in this, make this coffee extra nutty. So like it runs, but it stutters and freezes like crazy. It's basically unplayable. Somehow I still managed to do really well, but I guess that was probably the lobbies I was in and just me knowing my characters. Like I had one Iron Man game that I got 20 or 30 kills even though it was freezing constantly. That stream will be uploaded soon. But once I finish uploading all this stuff and get the painting done, Before I start streaming again, I think I'm going to do a hard factory reset. Assuming I can clear enough space on my Google Drive to upload the things I need and not lose anything. I also have another PC that has maybe, I don't know how much space is on that. The old streaming PC, the ancient 2009 monster that's still running somehow. I can transfer stuff over the network to store there, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be installing. So I watched a video that apparently Windows is killing Windows 10, which is ridiculous to me because I've always kind of leapfrogged Windows operating systems. So XP was amazing. Vista was trash. 7 was really good. 8.1 was almost as bad as Vista. 10, amazing. Well, maybe not amazing. XP and 7 were both way better than 10. XP was the best, but if you use XP now, your PC will become a Russian bot within like 10 seconds of connecting to the internet. So, um, 10 was like way better than 8, which made it feel really good. I never ended up installing 8 or Vista at all. And my plan was because of Windows history of releasing a pretty good operating system and then a terrible operating system and then a pretty good operating system, I was just going to skip 11 entirely. But it seems like they're just sticking with 11 and taking 10 offline. And there's kind of two problems with that. One is like 11 is super focused on these AI optimizations, and I don't know how much they have in it. I think you need specifically a certain type of processor in your PC to get the full AI optimizations, but they're also doing some stuff that's not good for older hardware. And while I don't have super old hardware in my streaming PC, it's like 2019, 2020 hardware. So I'm not sure if it has everything it needs to run 11. I'm pretty sure it can, but then there's also just a lot of problems. It's not as bad. 11 is not as bad as 8.1 or Vista was, as far as I can tell. But I've also had a lot of friends had problems with 11 that I don't have on 10. So my plan was when SteamOS, which is a Linux-based operating system, it's what the Steam Deck runs on, and basically it's super optimized to play games, and that's one of the main reasons I've never fully switched to Linux. I used to have a laptop I ran Ubuntu on, or however you say it, and I'm trying to get Linux installed on that mini laptop, that netbook that I want to use as a mobile platform, but it keeps getting stuck at 95%, and I haven't had time to troubleshoot that and fix it. But the problem historically with using Linux has always been that most games don't run on it. And that's natively. If you try hard enough, you can get just about anything to run on Linux. But I don't want to have to sit there troubleshooting each game for an hour or two before it plays. I want to just be able to start it up and start playing. And Steam OS is a Linux that is specifically designed to do that. It's literally a operating system that's going to be released by the number one gaming distributor in the world, primarily for people to game on an operating system besides Windows. Now, I am also looking into other Linux distros. Apparently, Linux Mint is good. There was another one, I forget what it's called, that's specifically designed for gaming, whereas Linux Mint is more designed to be an easy entry point for Windows and Mac users to adapt to Linux. We're probably going to try Mint because I don't think Steam OS comes out until March or sometime later in the year. May, one of the M months. I don't remember when they said it comes out for PC. But I also, so we could just wipe and reinstall Windows 10 because that has support until October, I think. Windows is killing their operating system for my birthday. And I think primarily one of the other reasons they want you to do it is because it costs $300 to upgrade, as far as I'm aware, if you do it through their store. Even like the basic home version is like $250 or something like that. I remember when you used to be able to get a student edition of Windows for like $20 or something like that. Now it's literally 100 times that price, more than that. But if you are committed with sticking to Windows, I suggest you just look on eBay for keys, because what happens is original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, get cheap mass amounts of keys. So some of them will sell off their extra keys at really cheap prices. I don't know what Windows 11 are going for, but I know that when I switched to Windows 10, I was able to get one for like $7 maybe, and I think the ones before that were $5. So obviously inflation and all that, but there's apparently ways to crack Windows 11 using GitHub, but that seems less secure to me. And just to be fair, both of these methods would be frowned upon by Microsoft and potentially the law as well. But I mean, if they're selling it on eBay, it's actually, I don't think it's really illegal for you to buy the keys. I think it's illegal for the original equipment manufacturers to sell it, but none of them seem to get caught, or at least enough of them manage to keep going that for up to Windows 10, there was always a relatively fertile supply of OEM keys that you could get for Windows. Now, that being said, I don't really want a massive corporation owning all my data. Anyways, I've said this multiple times. I would love to get rid of this fucking Google connected Android shit eventually. I'm thinking back, there was this phone called OpenMoko. It was an open source phone project that I was really interested in, but I think it ended up crashing and burning. Maybe one day when I'm a billionaire, I'll make an open source phone that isn't owned by a massive corporation, but then I would be a massive corporation. So it would kind of look like the same to a lot of people. That's something I gotta think about. Anyways, I'm gonna go start painting. Cheers.